Experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power365FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power365FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM.
All right, good morning, dear listeners out there. You're welcome to yet another interesting edition of Newspaper Review coming to you live from Power 365 Online Radio. My name is Olamide Adeniji, and it's a beautiful morning from our studio here at Felele, Ibadan. All right, very quickly, let me bring you the major headlines. We'll look at the major headlines, and then afterwards we'll delve into the body of the stories. This first story is saying Tinubu vows to sustain war against drugs, illicit substances. Then he also has a rider that says drug test kits must for homes, schools, offices. That's coming from retired General Buba Mawa. Tinubu not working against interest of North. Shetima. Lagos proactive steps averted catastrophic outcome in cholera battle. That's coming from Governor Sanwo-Olu. AMCON's conflicting profit report cause for worry. Dangote says fire at refinery won't affect operations. Then quickly to River State. Explosion at hotel employed to first state of emergency. That's coming from Fubara. Pro-Wike ex-local government chairman may freeze council's accounts. Reps. Army deploys 177 personnel to Guinea-Bissau for peacekeeping. You have not kept peace in your own country. You are taking 177 personnel to another country. Okay. El Rufai sues Kaduna Assembly over 432 billion. 432 billion naira probe report. NGX unveils e-offering platform in readiness for banks recapitalization. Okay, let's see other stories. This is saying, let's use public relations to forge unity across Africa. Equities market rebounds up 0.17%. Oyo Speaker consoles PDP Deputy National Chairman. Chivido wedding Delicate Dynasty appreciates well-wishers, guests. Nigerian school children advised to avoid drugs, cultism for a brighter future. Obi of Onitsha eulogizes Peter Obi at PSN lecture. Mba assures on ease of doing business as estate surveyors Lord Governor. Vice President Shatima commissions IDC facility in Katsina, calls on states to emulate initiatives. TGI Group stresses need for strategic collaboration for sustainable agricultural development. Agbekoya calls for Nnamdi Kanu's release, canvasses creation of regional government. Governor Makinde approves coronation for 3 Oyo traditional rulers. NDLEA nabs 150 drugs trafficking suspect in Nasarawa. PDP faults Niger government's claim on insecurity, safety of investments and investors. We are a major player in Nigeria's construction industry that's coming from Rich Star. Niger Delta Summit will engender development that's coming from Oguku. And so this is also coming from Governor Sule mourns former deputy governor's wife. Tinubu not working against the interest of North. I read that to you earlier. And then let's go to the Metro page. Drug war. President Tinubu rallies support for NDLEA. Pledges more help. World Drug Day. School children advised to avoid drugs, cultism for a brighter future. Bandits attack worshippers in Zamfara. Kill 2. Adopt 17. And also on this other pages, let's go to other pages. Alleged unlawful acts called your men to order, lawyers tell IGP. Welfare packages were changed. We've changed narratives in Ekiti. 200 widows showcase skills at Helpline Social Support Initiatives exhibition. NGO tasks Bauchi stakeholders on full implementation reform of ACJL. Crisis hits Katsina PDP as caretaker committee members accuse chairman, others of sabotage. Alright, I'll bring you the story and more when I return. Stay tuned. This is Power 365 on the radio.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your #1 online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism at Power 365 Radio.
Alright, you're welcome back. This is still Power 365 Online Radio. Don't forget you can join us on all our social media handles. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're also on X.com. You could also join us on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and you could download our app or directly from our website, www.power365fm.com, where you'll get to listen to our programs live, and you could also enjoy cool music when we are not live. All right, this is the next story. The first story I'm bringing to you, which we're going to delve into, is the story on drug war against drug abuse. Tinubu vows to sustain war against drugs, illicit substances. Barely few hours after the Federal Executive Council approved 1.99 billion naira to boost the operations of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, President Bola Tinubu has vowed never to relent until the menace of drug addiction is eroded in the country. Tinubu, while declaring a summit open to commemorate the 2024 International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking on Wednesday, lauded NDLEA in its fight against substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking, as well as its ramped-up efforts to prevent the Nigerian populace from taking illicit drugs. Okay, you may read more on this story. It's on page 1 of the Daily Independent. This next story is still on Tinubu. Tinubu not working against interest of the North. That's coming from his vice, Shettima. Vice President Kashim Shettima says President Bola Tinubu isn't working against the interests of Nigeria. Shettima spoke on Wednesday in Kano while receiving the federal government delegation led by the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, on a condolence visit over the death of his mother-in-law, Ajia Mariam Abubakar. Alright, you may read more on this story. It's on page 1 of the Daily Independent. I'll take a short break. When I return, I'll bring you more news.
This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insights.
You're welcome back. Okay, so this next story is from River State, where explosion, the governor of River State has said explosion at hotel ploy to forced state of emergency on River State. River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara said that the failed attempt to detonate an explosive device at the Hotel Presidential, a five-star hotel in Port Harcourt, was a deliberate ploy to strengthen the call for a state of emergency by haters who want to undermine the state to achieve their evil plans. He clarified that he is not fighting anybody but was rather defending the state against predators, protecting supporters of the state's interest against those who feel that they own the lives of others. Governor Fubara made the disclosure when he received a delegation of the Senate Committee on Privatization and Commercialization on a courtesy visit led by the chairman, Senator Orji Uzor Kalu, to Government House, Port Harcourt, on Wednesday. You may read more of that story. It's on page 1 of the Daily Independent. Alright, this next story is saying, let's use public relations to forge unity across Africa. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has stressed the imperative need to leverage the power of public relations in the collective efforts to forge unity, understanding, and shared prosperity across the African continent. According to a statement by Rabiu Ibrahim, Special Assistant Media to the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Idris made the remarks in Abuja on Wednesday when he received a delegation comprising of the new president of the African Public Relations Association, Mr. Arik Karami, the president of Global Alliance for Public Relations, Mr. Justin Green, and the president of Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, Dr. Ike Neliako. You may read more of the story. It's on page 2 of the Daily Independent. Still on World Drug Day, Nigerian school children advised to avoid drugs cultism for a brighter future. Nigerian school children have been urged to avoid drugs and cultism to secure a promising future. The students were charged to avoid the substances at the police officers' mess in Ikeja on Wednesday during the 2024 International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking organized by Crime Reporters Association of Nigeria. Alright, you may read more of that story. It's also on page 2 of the Daily Independent. Chivido wedding. Adeleke dynasty appreciates well wishers. The Adeleke family of Ede land has expressed appreciation to families, friends, and associations and associates for gracing the wedding of their son David Adeleke to Chioma Roland on Tuesday 25 of July in Lagos. The message of appreciation was contained in a message personally signed by the president of Adeleke dynasty, Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State, who described attendance and goodwill at the wedding as quite robust and overwhelming. Alright, you may read more of that story. It's on page 2 of the Daily Independent. Mba assures on ease of doing business as estate surveyors, Lord Governor. A group of estate surveyors and valuers has commended Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State for the remarkable progress made in the land administration reforms, security, and infrastructure in the state in the past 1 year, stating that no country in the world has ever developed without proper land policy and administration. The group, Ubose Ebe Ele and Co., gave the commendation during a courtesy visit to Government House in Nogun Wednesday to notify and invite the governor to a workshop for estate surveyors and valuers held in Enugu City. That's on page 3 of the Daily Independent. Pick a copy and read more on it. Vice President Shettima commissions IDC facility in Katsina, calls on states to emulate initiatives. Nigerian Vice President Kasim Shettima has called on other states of the Federation to emulate the Katsina State Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Initiatives model, describing it as a success. He also commended the BOI and Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria (SMEDAN) for partnering with the state in its MSME development drive. Vice President Shettima, represented by Senator Hassan Adija, his Deputy Chief of Staff, made the call while commissioning the remodeled Katsina Industrial Development Center (RDC) Common Facility Center and the flag off of the first Katsina MSME Clinic and Fair in Katsina on Wednesday. You may pick a copy of the Daily Independent to read more on this. NEMA, Nigeria Police Headquarters, strengthen partnership on disaster sites and security. The Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Mrs. Zubaida Umar, on Wednesday visited the Nigerian Police Headquarters in Abuja to discuss with the Inspector General of Police, the Nigerian Police. In her remarks, the DG NEMA said experience has indicated that disaster sites are potential crime scenes and about the need arises. Read more on that on page 3 of the Daily Independent. Rilwan Marafa declared that bandits have besieged Anka local government, attacking community. That's a sad one from Zamfara State. Pick a copy of the Daily Independent on this. London's release canvasses creation of regional government, state police. A Yoruba pressure group, the Agbekoya Barapo, has expressed support for the administration of President Bola Tinubu, in spite of the economic hardship being faced by the people, just as it called for a recourse to the 2014 National Confab restructuring and return to regional government, in line with the demands of self-determination groups across the various sections of the country. Agbekoya harped on the need to address the logjams in the country's education system while calling for the creation of state police and the release of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Alright, our time is fast spent. Thank you for staying tuned to Power 365 Online Radio Newspaper Review. Shortly, the Yoruba version in Latino Weiroing will come to your doorstep. Don't go anywhere. Thank you. Goodbye. My name is Olamide Adenichi.
This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power